welcome back to my channel. I am Jessica and this is Unite Inside, and we help people unite with all the parts inside of them. In this video, I will be talking about a very important subject, which is loneliness, how to stop feeling lonely, what is loneliness, why do you feel lonely, why are you a lonely person, and some tips to help you stop being lonely. Okay, so let's begin. I used to be someone that struggled with loneliness for so long. I just always felt lonely in my life. Growing up, I felt like I had no friends or I couldn't fit in, and it was just very hard to deal with it. Loneliness was such an uncomfortable feeling, and it was just such a struggle, actually. It's very unbearable. Like, it's one of the things that you can't bear. It's like pain. Loneliness makes you feel like you want to feel connected so bad, and you want to feel, you want to be around people because it almost feels like you're being like choked in a way, almost like it's so heavy, it's a heavy feeling. I remember a time when I was going through a very hard phase of my life and I was feeling very lonely, and I remember every night it was so heavy that I was crying every night because of how lonely I was feeling. I was just like screaming. I just wanted someone to hear me. And that's why I always was like, from a relationship to another, I was the kind of person that would break up with someone and tomorrow get with someone else, basically. And it was always because I couldn't be with myself. I couldn't just be with myself. It was very hard. I couldn't just stay and be face to face with myself because of how disconnected I feel from the inside. So why is it that happened to me? And there was a time where I discovered how to stop feeling lonely, and I started feeling connected all the time, even by myself. And like, I started feeling very, very connected even by myself without like having to have anyone by my side. I am in a relationship now, I am married, but still I can be by myself, like I have changed and I am the kind of person that can be by myself now, regardless of whether there's anyone around me. So how did that happen? What changed from crying every night for being lonely to being able to be by myself? How did that happen? So first of all, you have to understand what loneliness is and why do you feel lonely. Let me explain it to you. Feeling lonely really comes from cutting yourself off of connection in a way. So basically, you're the one that's disconnecting from the world somehow. So you feel lonely because you are not open for connection. Your heart is like, somehow there's like a block. There's like a closeness of your heart, because feeling connected, we are like, when we were kids, we always felt connected to everything, to the world, to everybody. We always were open to feel connected, to be connected, okay? But because we have cut ourselves off of connection somehow, we have disconnected from within, from connection. Now it's hard for us to feel any connection, because honestly, when you're disconnected from the feeling of connection from within, it can be hard to believe it, that you're the one disconnecting. Maybe you feel like you're lonely because you really is lonely. Maybe you live by yourself, but you really can still feel the connection feeling, the feeling of connection even within yourself. The feeling of connection doesn't always have to come from other people. It can come from within. It can come from feeling connected to ourselves. But what you want is, you want to connect to other people because you failed to know how to connect to yourself. You failed to connect to yourself, and so you're trying to use other people so that you can feel connected to yourself, actually. Most of the time, we just want to feel understood. We just want to feel heard. We just want to meet our needs, our emotional needs, our need for belonging, our need for connection, our need for to be understood, to be heard, to be validated. Those are our needs. Those are our human needs. We want to meet them through other people because we failed to give them to ourselves. And there is nothing wrong with meeting your needs through other people, but when we do this, we can even block other people from being able to meet those needs for us because we have a block from inside. Okay? The block can be feeling like maybe you're someone that's different. Maybe you have different beliefs. Maybe you have different views about the world. And so you feel like people can't really understand you. But you could still be someone that doesn't know how to explain themselves. Maybe because you don't believe that people will understand you, you never even try to be understood. You never really use your voice in a way that makes people understand you. You just assume that no one will understand, and you just never explain yourself. We are in this human experience. We live together, all of us, in this human collective, and we don't have to be similar. We don't have to be identical in our thoughts, in our feelings, for us to be connected, for us to feel any sort of connection. We really don't have to. But because you've never really ever been like a normal person, maybe you're weird, or maybe you're like me, like you have like different dreams, different thoughts about the world and stuff. So maybe like that's why you don't feel like you can ever fit in. But honestly, you can still fit in if you learn to express and communicate yourself the right way, with belief, with faith that people can get you, that people can understand you. That's where the switch happens. We don't need to be identical to be connected. We can understand each other. We have so many similarities. We are all in this human experience. We are all in this together, actually. We have the same feelings. We all feel sad. We all feel pain. We all want the same thing. We want joy. We want love. We want happiness. We all want to be heard. We all want to be seen. So at some point, we have so many similarities. What you have to do is, you could be someone that's overly focused on how different you are from the world, or how many disconnected points you have with the world. What you have to do is focus or refocus on points of agreement with the world, on points of similarities, on the things that you share with the world. It can literally be that you're a human like them. Literally, it could be, well, I'm a human like them, or I have feelings too. Just like look for what are things that you are like the world in, okay? And you know what is challenging about doing this is because you actually, deep down, you don't want to be like everybody else, or you don't want to tell yourself that you are like everybody else. That's why you're disconnecting from them. You're disconnecting from them because you want to be like, oh, I'm different from them. And you know why you do this? It's because you want to feel special. You want to feel like you stand out. And you know why? It's because deep down, you feel like you feel like you're invisible. So it's really a wound. It's a wound, the feeling like you're invisible. So you're trying to stand out by never telling yourself that you are like everybody else. Because the truth is, yes, you are. We are all the same. We are all one. We are the universe, okay? We all came to this life experience, to expand, to discover what we truly are. So yes, we, at the very root of who we are, is that we are one, okay? But does it mean that you are just like everybody else in literally? No, you can be a unique person. You are unique. You have your unique signature. You do. You definitely have your unique signature. You have everything. There's no way that you can be just like everybody else, But what I mean with you are like everybody else is that you're not like alienated. You're not like weird and alienated. But if you believe that you're weird and alienated, then you're not gonna be able to connect to anyone, because that's what you believe about yourself. But sometimes it's because we have an ego. It's because our ego, and actually, you know what's funny? People like us that like have like gifts, like spiritual gifts or healing gifts, or that fail to fit in with other people, that are different in a way, that stand out in a way, we can really develop such a big ego, actually. We can be very egotistical. And you know why? It's because we really we want to believe that we are better, actually, in a way, because that makes us, that meets our need for like importance, and so that like we're not thinking that, oh, we're just useless. Okay? But if you heal yourself and if you understand that you are not useless, but still you're connected to everyone else in a way, you are a part of everyone else in a way. Okay, that's how you can feel yourself merging with everyone, like becoming a part of everybody. And it's a beautiful experience when you finally merge with the world, actually. It's beautiful because you no longer feel alone. You no longer feel that yearning, because you know that you are home, actually. You are in this universe, you have created this universe, you're co-creating with other human beings in this beautiful experience, and you have chosen to do this, and source energy is always with you. It is everywhere, it's literally everywhere, and so you never feel lonely, and you never feel like you're alienated in any way. Feeling alienated can make you feel unwelcomed in your own world. It can make you feel unwelcomed. It can make you feel like you should just get out. You should just find home. A lot of people, because I am a starseed, I used to say this a lot, that, oh, I don't know where my home is. I have to now look for my home. It's very funny because I am my own home. And this is my home. I can find people that love me. I can find people that belong to me, that I belong with too. But I can't do this if I keep telling myself that, oh, I am an alien and I am from some other world, and I have to, and for some reason, like now, I have to like look for my family in some weird place. Like when we say this, we really refuse to see the oneness in our world, okay? Like we tell ourselves that we are spiritual and that we know about the universe and stuff, but we are the very people disconnecting ourselves from the world. Yes, you might be a leader. Yes, you might be different. Yes, you might be a new thought leader. You might have new thoughts. You might have new opinions. You might be an evolution. You might literally be evolutionary in this universe. But it doesn't mean that you are better than everybody else. It doesn't mean that you are not like everybody else. It doesn't mean that you didn't come from the very source that everybody else came from. Okay, we have to, first of all, if you want to stop being lonely, you have to admit to yourself and to become humble enough to realize that, yes, you are a part of everybody else, in a way. You have to be able to admit the connection that you have to everyone else, and you have to admit the relationship between you and the world, in a way, and that you're not better. So this only happens when you finally drop your ego and you try to take other people as a part of you. You stop judging them. A lot of times when we're like I said, like a healer, or we had like a spiritual awakening or something like that, we could really get into this bubble of judging other people. Oh, you're not spiritual, you're not aware, you're sheep, you're this, you're that. This is judgment. It's the opposite of consciousness. It's not high consciousness. It's not a higher level of consciousness to judge other people. Okay? So when you have compassion for everyone else, when you truly understand everyone else, when you truly take everyone else as a part of you in a way, that's really what changes the game for you. When you start to feel connected to everyone else, you start to feel like you're home. It's such a beautiful feeling that you're cutting yourself off of. This is what I mean with you're cutting yourself from connection. This is what I mean with you're blocking your own connection. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, because you won't even give yourself the chance to believe that you can be understood, to believe that you can, that other people can take you as a part of them, that you can fit in, okay? Just by being honest and communicating in a way, you can truly gain other people to be on your side and to love you and to take you as a part of them, regardless of whether they understand you or not. Like really, regardless of whether you are just like them. They can truly try to understand you and they can truly love you regardless. Okay, if you believe in love, love comes to you. You attract your reality. And so everyone is a reflection of how you treat yourself. And so when you believe that yes, you can be loved and yes, people can accept you, people will. Because guess what? People will reflect you. People will mirror you, the way you feel about yourself. So this is one thing you have to know about loneliness and cutting yourself off of people. Okay, this is how to stop cutting yourself off of people and to stop having this big ego that you are better than other people. Okay, so the second thing is going to be, the second part of this video is going to be about how to connect to yourself. One of our biggest reasons why we feel lonely it could be like a big part of it is that we are disconnected from ourselves. We have to understand that we are with ourselves in every minute in our lives. You are with yourself. You wake up with yourself. You eat with yourself. You go to sleep with yourself. You go out with yourself. You take yourself with you everywhere. So basically, we are always with ourselves. So, but why do you feel lonely if you're always with yourself? It's because we are not aware of our own presence with ourselves. When you're not aware of your own presence with yourself, you will feel lonely. And what is the reason why you wouldn't feel the awareness of the fact that you are with yourself? It's because you never try to connect to yourself. You never try to hear yourself. You never try to know yourself. You never try to create any sort of relationship with yourself. You never try to understand yourself. Because it is yourself, you think that, I don't need to know myself. I don't need to do any effort to try to understand myself. I don't need to do that. Yes, you need to do that. You do. You need to learn to hear yourself. And honestly, the biggest issue or reason why someone wouldn't be able to hear into themselves or feel themselves is because they really think and believe that they are their ego, that they are their feelings, that they are their mind. And they fail to understand that actually you are the awareness. You are not your mind, you are not your heart, you are not your feelings. You are really, what you really are is the awareness that's aware of your experience. You are the awareness and you are not what's really going on. You just are the awareness of your experience. And when you understand this, you can be with yourself. You can be with every feeling that you have. You can be with every thought that you have because you're not identifying with them. And because you're not telling yourself that you are them. That's why you can be with them without making that mean something about you. When you believe that you are your feelings, you can make that mean that you're a bad person, because if you are your bad feelings, then you are bad, right? So, but if you disidentify, then you don't have to judge your feelings as bad. You don't have to judge your feelings as shameful or any sort of judgment. You can just be with them and you can support them. For you to support your feelings, for you to support your mind and who you are, you have to be able to create like some sort of a split where you know that you're the observer and that you're not the feeling. I have made videos about this. I have made a video about disidentification, how to disidentify with your feelings and your thoughts so that you can heal yourself. And I have made a video, I mentioned so many times, I mentioned how to create split between who you are, which is the awareness and the observer, and your feelings and your mind. And I told you that you can take them as a part of you, as if they are entities that live inside of you that you're about to feel into, that you're about to know, that you're about to discover something about. So be curious about yourself. Ask yourself questions. Be with yourself for hours and try to give yourself that love that you want. You need to understand that actually you are someone that can give love and can receive love. So you have to play both roles. Be the person that gives love to yourself and be the person that receives that love from yourself. This is how to do it. Okay? So this is a very important step that you can use to reconnect with yourself so that you can never feel lonely. Once you feel into your own presence, once you understand that we are with ourselves in every single step in our lives, you will never feel lonely because you can always talk to yourself. You can always feel heard and understood by yourself. You can meet all your needs by yourself. You don't need to have someone else outside of you meet them. You never have to sit down or cry because you can be there for yourself. You can cuddle and hug yourself. It's so beautiful. It's such an amazing connection. Once you reconnect, you feel like you are back home because this is your home. You never will feel, because you understand yourself. You will never need the world to understand you because you love yourself. You never will need any sort of love. But as I said, there's nothing wrong with getting your needs met through other people. And I already explained in this video, like earlier, how to help yourself reconnect with the world so that you can stop feeling lonely. Also, another thing that's very important is you have to know that it could be like, it could be the reason why you can't love yourself, or you can't be the person to validate yourself. Like, be the person to hold space for yourself. It could be because you don't trust yourself. When we don't trust ourselves, we don't know whether we should trust our own love. We don't know whether we should trust our own judgment about ourselves. So once you start to trust your own truth, that can really change the way you see yourself, because you will definitely let yourself be validated by yourself, because you will trust your own opinion that it is right. If it feels right, when you start to care about your own truth, and when you start to really understand that it is your truth and you can believe it, when you start to trust your own intuition, that's really when you start to not need anyone else to tell you nothing about yourself. You can just trust that yes, you're doing good, and that yes, you can validate yourself. Another thing is, it could be that you don't value your own opinion. You don't think it's important. Maybe because you think it's wrong, or because you think that, so it all comes from not trusting yourself, not really trusting your essence, not trusting your truth. Once you trust your truth, once you value and look at it as important, that your opinion is as important as everyone else's opinion, that your truth is as valid as everyone else's truth. Once you know this truth, it is going to be so easy to follow your own truth. And you're not going to keep doubting or second guessing your own opinion. You're just going to give yourself the chance to enjoy the fact that yes, you can have an opinion, and that you can stand by it, you can stand up for it. You don't have to always change up your opinions because someone else says that it's not true. You can follow your own guidance, okay? You can be someone that does what's best for them, because you always follow what resonates with you and you leave what doesn't, okay? This only happens when you truly reconnect back to your intuition. I will be making a video about intuition, how to reconnect back to your intuition, and what intuition really is. It's a very important video. I have struggled with intuition for a lot of times, for almost all my life, but I have discovered how to reconnect with my intuition. So stay tuned for that video. So this video comes to an end. I hope that you like this video and that you can start reconnecting with the world and with yourself. And if you like this video, feel free to comment, to leave a like, and to share it with people that want to stop feeling lonely. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.